reading the last poem in Hickory Station. I normally end with this poem. It's dedicated to my mother, who my kids know as Nana Jean. And this is, every time you kind of put a book launch on, you wouldn't be surprised that people think, people who launch their books and create events and whatever, they're so far up their own backsides. It's not true, This is what I come from. This is the reality of what I come from. This poem. She's wonderful, by the way, my mother. Without fail. Without fail, every time I try to kind of proudly present my mother with my latest publication, she feigns interest in the paper thing and shyly backhands it with a blushful grin to whoever is seated closest to her, to whom she submits, "Would you just mind putting that up there on the shelf with the others?" And then, pretending I'm not in the room, she further confesses, truthfully, towards their innocent ear, I'll not read that. Perched pelican high, watching a pristine stars and stripes flapping wildly in the impending thunderstorm breeze from off the Atlantic, furling and unfurling like unpredictable waves, I realise afresh how flags, not unlike their various owners, will often get too wrapped up in their precious selves. Mercy. Back from the community college and haunted by the face of the young boy with siblings in tow, walking the roadside dirt in the sulphurous heat, manfully struggling to shepherd them home, worry filling his face, looking towards the adults haunting the run-down porch he's headed for. O Lord Most High, have mercy on our souls, for the kingdom of heaven is surely his. Without warning, comes on without warning, the ache of Eden, that soul longing for the wholeness we all lack. It may be no more than a learned delusion, or evidence of something we will win back. And there's a little poem beside it called To Memorise, and it's after M.R. I didn't want to put after Matthew Rice to embarrass him too much, but he used a little phrase in a poem that kind of produced this poem for me. Believe it or not, the house that we rent in Hickory, from Chris Anna Lamar, in the little kind of hallway of it, it's the only other time I've seen the same wallpaper as was in my grandmother's house where I was born. I mean, it's a very particular old-fashioned wallpaper. Bizarre. So it gets a mention in the poem too. It's called To Memorise after M.R. Before heading to bed, before cancelling the backroom light, too tired to play pickup, I take a long look at the path I must take across the floor through my son's toy debris and into the hallway. Adorned, would you believe, with the same floral wallpaper of my grandparents' hallway in the home where I started. I close my eyes to memorise my whereabouts in the certain dark, then set out. Closer for Dorothy McGuire. Every day we go farther away from that which we once knew. But don't dismay, for as we do, we grow closer to the memory of it. Another little short one in that kind of same vein, distance. Sometimes, most times, the distance is too far. Like trying to touch your own face in the mirror. Cold breath. What is death but a letting go of breath. One of the last things he did was to blow up the children's balloons for the birthday party, joking and mock cursing as he struggled to tie all those footery teats. Then he flicked them into the air for the children to fight over. Some of them survived the party and were still there after the funeral, in every room of the house, bobbing around mockingly in the least draught. She thought about murdering them with her sharpest knife, each loud pop an angry bullet from her heart. Instead, in the quietness that followed her children's sleep, she patiently gathered them all up, slowly undoing each raggedy nibble, and one by one she took his last breaths into her mouth. What is life but a drawing in of breath?
Brilliant.